Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode on the Little Fella Sports Podcast. So today we've got Cricket Crazy Johns from Cricket Twitter joining us to preview the Chennai Super Kings for the IPL 2021. So the Chennai Super Kings had a really bad IPL 2020 by their standards. They failed to qualify for the playoffs, and there was a lot of discussion as to whether the squad was aged and whether the team was moving in the right direction or not. But Chennai Super Kings took a hard stand. They had to release most of their expensive buys, which included Kedar Jadhav, Piyush Chawla, and Shane Watson, of course, bowing out due to retirement. They went ahead and picked two off-spinning all-rounders in Moin Ali and Krishnappa Gautam from the auction, and they've also picked up some interesting, interesting picks, Indian picks as well. So, Johns, first of all, starting off with you, given what happened with CSK last season and the auction performance this season, how would you rate CSK are balanced going into the IPL season?
I think last season, if you look at the exclusion of Suresh Raina affected them badly, especially after Suresh Raina not coming, they need to change their batting order. It was a sudden change as well. Ahead of IPL 2020, Suresh Raina said that due to personal reason he won't be coming into UAE. So that affected their batting order, and Dhoni have to change few things, but nothing worked out well except that Ruturaj Gaikwad coming and scoring few 50s in last three innings, three matches. So other than even Ruturaj was affected for COVID and he was unavailable for the first few matches. And Shane Watson didn't had that great run in the IPL 2020 where which he provided that start for CSK in 2018 and 2019 in few matches. So especially playing in UAE conditions as well. If you look at the pitches, everyone thought it would be suiting for CSK with slow tracks, but it was in that case fast bowlers was firing in, and CSK was a spin heavy attack also. Piyush Chawla was there. He was ineffective other than except one or two matches against that Mumbai Indians on starting. Other than that, he wasn't picking that regular wickets for CSK. Then only positive from last season was batting of Jadeja. He took that game into next level. If you look at his performance in Indian team, his batting has been really good in Test matches. He did well in ODIs also in last World Cup semi-final, etc. The biggest positive was that from batting of Jadeja, and there was lots of areas to be sorted out for CSK, and it's a mini auction, and it was not easy for them also. There was limited of choices. They went for few guys like Glenn Maxwell or few others, but they didn't get that buys with because Bangalore had more money or Rajasthan had more money, so they had that issue with pearls also. So with limited pearls, they have done well, and they have some new recruitments like Bhagat Verma or Harishankar Reddy from Andhra. So we have seen that practice videos. They have been Harishankar Reddy has been bowling really well. So it's a good news for CSK. So they have picked very good, not very good, but on with limited pace, they have done really well. Inclusion of Moeen Ali, he's really underrated in middle overs. Where CSK can use him as a pinch hitter, or even like Sam Curran. They did a few matches. They opened with Sam Curran, so they can do the same with Moeen Ali if someone does not perform. So CSK had lots of options this time. We can make lots of 11s for CSK. We will discuss more on that in coming minutes, etc.
Yeah, Johns. As you pointed out, definitely CSK's performance last season was very underwhelming. The absence of Suresh Raina was heavily felt because he was the consistent run getter for CSK for ever since IPL started. He's been averaging 400 runs per season. We lost that main core in our batting, and there were some positives as you pointed out. Rutraj Gaikwad came through, and he's now seen as a very good Indian opening option for CSK even for the future. And Ravindra Jadeja's batting has just been revolutionary over the past year or so, and that actually paid off in CSK colors as well. So moving on, the whole bio bubble situation has actually prompted IPL to take away the home advantage from all teams, and we're now going to be playing all games in neutral venues. No team plays at their home ground, but CSK traditionally over the last few years have tended to take a team that actually suits the pitch at Chepauk. Now CSK are going to play 5 games in Mumbai. I think 4 to 3 games in Bangalore and Delhi, and there's going to be a couple played in Kolkata. So with these four venues in mind, do you think CSK has the arsenal to put out a good 11 in all four wickets?
I think they can do well in Delhi. Delhi has been a slot wicket for few IPL. I think they have that team to do well in Delhi and even Bangalore also. It's not that old Chinnaswamy wicket. There has been slow tracks in Chinnaswamy. So Chinnaswamy and Delhi, they can do well. In Mumbai, it will be difficult for them, but still they have the team. If you look at Faf is there, Reina, if he hasn't been that great run, but still he is Suresh Raina. He is one of the banker for Mahendra Singh Dhoni since 2008. So there is some guys we can bang on, especially Raidu likes these kind of pitches. We have seen in 2018 how well he played in Pune, etc. So he has been scoring runs as well in few matches in club matches in Hyderabad also. So Raidu can do well. So there are few guys to look forward for CSK, and yes, the moreover as a team, Dhoni has lots of options. If you look at if you pick a playing 11 for CSK, there will be at least 7 or 8 bowlers for Dhoni to use rotation or etc. So he can make several 11s. We can't predict one 11 for CSK. Dhoni has the option. If you look at Moeen Ali is there, Sam Curran is there, or DJ Bravo. Bravo has been bowling really well for West Indies. So Dhoni has that options to look forward. So even in Kolkata and Mumbai has been batting friendly, but still. I hope CSK does well. At least in Mumbai, they will be playing 5 matches in Mumbai, so it is really vital for CSK to do well. At least win 2 or 3 matches there. Only then they have that chances to finish as fourth or third. Finishing first and second will be tough for CSK. If you look at the Mumbai Indians or Rajasthan Royals, it will be difficult for CSK. So they will be eyeing a number three, number four spot. So looking at that, they need to make a few points from Mumbai pitches. Uh, Raidu, Reina will be really vital for them in these pitches. And with looking at the squad selection or someone like Lungi Angidi, Josh Hazelwood might like that bounce of Mumbai track, or Lungi Angidi, if he can produce that 2018 performance, how well he bowled in 2018. He was the one of the underrated bowlers or underrated performance for CSK in that season. So if he can do that well, especially he was bowling really well in CSA T20 challenge along with Chris Morris. So he was in good form. So that's a big positive sign for CSK. There are guys to look forward for CSK, but still as a team, we can't predict what 11 they'll be making, because we can make several 11s. There are lots of match winners for CSK. Dhoni need to pick up that right 11 from from match one. Then only CSK can put a good fight. Especially if you look at last season, CSK was running away from after that win against Mumbai Indians. They lost all the hopes. They were losing one by one. So that was difficult for CSK. So I hope Dhoni picks up from match one in Wankhede, etc.
I like your point where you mentioned that the win against Mumbai Indians was very good for CSK, but that actually flattered to deceive, because right after that win against Mumbai, we kept on losing matches, and all the losses did not have a pattern. It was more like our batting was failing once, and then in the match against Rajasthan Royals, our bowling was very pathetic. So,
Yes.
with respect to how CSK lost games in that 2020 IPL, it was more of one department faltering on that day, and that ultimately led to a meltdown, and we kept on losing games in a streak. So, in order to address that particular problem, Moeen Ali and Krishnappa Gautam were brought into the side for big money. Now, there was a lot of talk that CSK could just get one big overseas buy in Maxwell, and then just pick up some Indian players just to fill in the slots. They did do that. They went heavily for Maxwell, and almost took it to the last bit, but Royal Challengers Bangalore, thanks to their heavy purse, pipped CSK out of the challenge. So now they overcomp. Some say they have overcompensated by picking Krishnappa Gautam and Moeen Ali, both off-spinning all-rounders, but both very good power hitters as well. So what is your idea of having both Krishnappa Gautam and Moeen Ali in the side?
I think the plan was clear. They were going for Glenn Maxwell. They didn't get Maxwell because, as you said, for RCB they had that big money in the purse, so they went for options like Plan Two. Plan Two will be Krishnappa Gautam and Moinli. We can't say both will be starting in playing 11. If you look at if you make a rough 11, maybe we can make a team without these two players. So we can't say whether Krishnappa Gautam or Moeen Ali will be making a big impact. But I hope Moeen Ali will be playing a big role in this season, especially his batting. In middle overs has been a bigger issue for CSK last season. We can't predict the form of Suresh Raina. He just played one side Mushtaq Ali competition. Other than that, he is match less practice. So he has been playing club matches, but it's a different beast altogether IPL. So it will be tough for Suresh Raina to come and perform from ball one. So Moeen Ali's performance in middle overs will be really vital for CSK. How far CSK will be going, especially all the other players, or Raidu not playing international cricket, or Dhoni has been not playing international cricket, or even Raina also retired. So CSK has the bunch of all former players in middle order. So Moeen Ali's performance will be really crucial. So I think Moeen Ali can play vital role for CSK in this season. If you compare with Krishnappa Gautam, I don't know whether Krishnappa Gautam will be starting in CSK. If you look at the late middle order, late lower order will be Jadeja, Sam Curran, and DJ Bravo. Mostly there will be late lower order. Then there will be Thakur and Deepak Chahar, maybe including one overseas pacer in the mix. So it will be tough for Krishnappa Gautam to start the season. It's just my gut feeling. Maybe Krishnappa Gautam can start, but still, I believe he won't be starting the season. But Moeen Ali will be playing a big role in middle order as from 7 to 15 overs. The way Moeen Ali performed for RCB in 2018 IPL, we have seen no, the way he take down Kuldeep Yadav, etc. He has been he was one of the best performance for RCB in 2018 season. So if he can repeat that in CSK, CSK has a very good chance of posting a big total, and it will reduce the pressure of Dhoni or Bravo or Sam Curran or Jadeja to follow.
Yeah, Johns. As you pointed out, definitely Krishnappa Gautam and Moeen Ali have been brought into the team for specific roles, even though they are very similar in terms of their approach to cricket. But Moeen Ali can be used as a floater, as you mentioned. He can bat in anywhere in the top seven. And Krishnappa Gautam coming in behind Jadeja will give us very good firepower to finish innings and maybe even take chases to the end. So now that we've spent a lot of time on analyzing how CSK have done in the auction and how they've actually filled their gaps in the squad, let's have a look at the squad itself. So there are a lot of questions as to what kind of 11 Dhoni can put on the park. So from this squad of players, if you had to pick your preferred 11, the 11 that you think will probably suit CSK the best, regardless of what surface they play on, what would it be?
I think Uttappa need to start the way he performed for Kerala, or even in Rajasthan late end of that last season. He was striking the ball really well, and in Vijayasara he has been smashing everyone around the park. We have seen no, he has been scoring hundreds and hundreds on most of the matches. So Uttappa will be starting. I thought Faf will be missing first few matches due to international duties, but he is not picked for the Pakistan series. So Faf will be available, but still I will go with Ruturaj Gaikwad because Ruturaj. It will be unfair for if we are not starting with Gaikwad the way he batted in last three matches for CSK in last season. So Uttappa will be opening with Ruturaj Gaikwad. Then number three will be Suresh Raina, the banker of Chennai Super Kings. Then number four will be Ambati Raidu. Then number five will be as I said, Moeen Ali will be coming. Number five. Then number six, Dhoni will be there. Number seven will be Jadeja. Number eight will be Sam Curran. number 10 will be, if you are picking DJ Bravo or Imran Tahir, I will go either one of them. Then Thakur and this then Deepak Chahar. So even I am just going with three overseas players. As I said earlier, no, CSK had lots of options. It's not easy to predict a 11. We can make two or three or four 11 for CSK. Even we can go with just two overseas players for CSK. So ideal 11 will be really tough, but the batting department will be moreover Uttappa, Gaikwad, Suresh Raina, Moin Ali, Ambati Rayudu. Then number 5 will be Moin Ali. Number 6 will be Dhoni. Number 7 will be Jadeja. So top 7 is almost fixed. Then number 8 will be, I think Sam Curran will be starting. Because the way he performed in last season for CSK has been really good. He was one of the best performers for CSK along with Jadeja. So number 8 will be Jadeja will be coming in. Then next three will be tough. They'll be starting with Deepak Chahar. Then there will be Imran Tahir or DJ Bravo. Then Thakur.
Yeah, John. So as you pointed out, definitely the fact that CSK has this much depth in the batting lineup, I think it really changes the complexion of how the teams can be taken. And for the depth in the batting, I think it's pretty safe to say that with Jadeja coming in as low as 7, and we have Sam Curran at 8, who can also be used as a floater. What it does is it gives CSK really good depth when it comes to batting. And as you pointed
Yes,
out,
and
the yeah,
yes, and lots of options in bowling department as well. There will be Moin Ali is there. Then there is Sam Curran, Jadeja. Then Imran Tahir or DJ Bravo. Looking at the opposition, then there will be Thakur and Deepak Chahar. Even Reina can bowl as well.
yeah, yeah. So what it does is, as you said before in the starting of the video, you did say that Dhoni is a man who prefers a lot of options. And I think if we play the 11 that you suggested, it gives Dhoni so much versatility with the ball. We've got a left arm seamer in Sam Curran, we've got a right arm seamer in Deepak Chahar, we've got a death bowler in Thakur, we've got a guy who can bowl really good slower balls in DJ Bravo. So the versatility in the bowling attack is immense, and that is something that Dhoni always prefers. So now that we've talked about the squad composition and what CSK's best 11 could be, with that best 11 in mind, if you had to pick one X Factor player for CSK who's going to play a major role this season, who would it be?
I think Moin Ali and Jadeja. Jadeja's form has been really good. If you look at last 2 3 years, the way he has been batting for India or CSK, he should be the X factor. Even last year, I thought CSK should have sent Jadeja at number 4. Especially they lacked that middle over batsman in 2020 season. But I don't know why Dhoni didn't went with that way. The way Jadeja was striking in last 4 5 overs, it could have given a chance for Jadeja to do well in middle overs also. Jadeja will be one of the X factors for CSK this season, along with Moin Ali. As I said, even both Jadeja and Moin Ali can be used as a floater. They can come at number 3, number 4, number 5, anywhere at any time. Both has the ability to take down spinners, and Jadeja has been striking the ball really well against paces also. So I think the two X factors for this season will be Moin Ali and Ravindra Jadeja. We can't predict the form of Suresh Raina or Mahendra Singh Dhoni, etc. They have been playing less cricket, or both are retired players. So it is really tough to predict to bang on Raina to score another 400 run season. If it was 2018 or 2015, 16, 17, etc., we could have said Raina is the banger for CSK. He will be scoring 400, 500 runs. But it's 2021, so it will be tough for even Reina to score. If he scores, it will be nice for CSK. But from hindsight, it will be tough for anyone to tell Reina will be scoring 500, 600, etc. for CSK.
Yeah, as you pointed out, definitely Raina is one player who hasn't had a lot of match practice, and expecting him to keep scoring the runs for CSK is a little too much to ask for him. And yeah, I think my X Factor players are also the players you picked. I think Jadeja and Moin Ali, with their experience and with their actual T20 ability. I think both of them are very capable at the T20 level. And given that we play on a lot of tracks where spin can play a part, I think those two will actually have to come good if CSK have to go the distance this season. So now it's prediction time. This could be Dhoni's final season of competitive cricket. We're not putting any mockers on it, but the man is unpredictable. You never know. He might turn up at the age of 41 to play IPL 2022. But assuming this is the last season Dhoni is going to play competitive cricket, how far do you think CSK can go?
Maximum number four, but I'm predicting them to finish at five or six. That I would like to see CSK in playoff, but if you compare with other teams, CSK lacks some game practice or players without much international matches. So it will be tough for them to come and play against likes of Jasprit Bumrah or Jofre Archer or Rashid Khan. It won't be easy for them. We can say CSK will be champions, etc. But from prediction, I think I hope they will be entering as number fourth team in the IPL. But maximum five or six. I really hope they'll be doing better than last season. Where they finished number seven. They were at number eight, but last few matches given them that opportunity to go above number eight. So I hope they'll be finishing at number five, number six, that range.
Yeah, that is actually a very realistic prediction because, as you pointed out, CSK definitely does not have players who play a lot of competitive cricket anymore. And with all this COVID lockdown situation, I'm pretty sure they haven't had much time to work on their fitness as well. So we faced the same problem in the previous season of the IPL. And given that the turnaround time between these two seasons of IPL is hardly 6 months, I think CSK will probably be faced with the same situation again. If we get into the playoffs, as you pointed out, it will be a great achievement with the kind of squad we have and the kind of depth we have. But yes, it's going to be another tough and enthralling season for CSK. So that's all from the CSK preview for IPL 2021. Big thanks to Krikesi Johns for taking time out being a part of the podcast today. So we have a lot of content coming up for the IPL. We have previews for all the teams lined up. So please do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be back in another video. Until then, bye bye.